Welcome back to the channel. In this video we are going to talk about legendary gems for Barbarian. First, I will go over all usable gems, and after that I will share builds for Barbarian legendary gems including 1-2 star mixed, 1-2 5-star mixed, and full 5-star options. And of course, if you have any suggestions, please leave them in the comment section. Now let's get started. And don't forget, I am doing a giveaway for free Eternal Orbs. To enter, all you have to do is subscribe to the channel and join my Discord. You can find the links and details in the description. First, of course, we have the Berserker's Eye. This gem at rank 10 gives you 16% increased damage and 2% critical hit chance, but also increases all damage you take by 5%. For PvE, 5% extra damage is not important, and I think it's not important in PvP too, since your life melts in seconds anyways. Your most important skill, Undying Rage, is not gonna be affected by this, so it's a really good gem to use both for PvE and PvP. Next, we have Blessed Pebble. This gem increases the duration of beneficial effects on you, which is really important for Barbarian. It will increase the duration of Undying Rage and Wrath of the Berserker, but in most cases we don't use Wrath of the Berserker as a buff, so it will only apply on Undying Rage and other beneficial effects. Next up we have Trickshot Gem. Well, this is really good early on for PvE, but once you start doing PvP it becomes almost useless because we don't usually use Whirlwind as a channeled skill in PvP. But like I said, it's really good for early PvE actions. Next we have Everlasting Torment. This gem is perfect for PvE because we crit a lot in PvE, and it's really good for PvP if you use the Gloom's Guide or Banquet of Ice builds. At rank 10 your critical hit inflicts agony, dealing 30% base damage plus 122 every second for 6 seconds. Each nearby enemy affected by your agony increases your attack speed by 6%. And I think that's all for 1-star gems. If you think any other 1-star gem worth using for Barbarian, let me know in the comments. Now let's move on to the 2-star gems. First we have the new Pain Clasp gem. This one increases your damage dealt to enemies suffering from a continuous damage effect. Wrath of the Berserker, Seeping Pile and Everlasting Dots trigger this buff. And after that all damage you deal is increased. So this gem is really good for both PvE and PvP. And it increases your movement speed after rank 3. You can combine this gem with the new set, but I think it doesn't work with the Has Legacy Shoulders Essence, so Sprint's burn effect doesn't apply for this gem. Keep that in mind. Next we have Curseling. If you play a lot of PvP, this gem might be for you. At rank 5 you have 15% chance when attacked to release a burst of light that blinds all nearby enemies, and it causes total loss of control for 2.2 seconds. Plus you deal 7% increased damage to blinded enemies. Like I said, it's not that good for PvE, but I'm not happy when I see this gem on my enemies in PvP matches. Of course, we have to talk about Power and Command too. At rank 5, Power and Command alternate states every 9 seconds. Power increases your primary attack by 13.5%, Command increases all other skill damage by 13.5% again, and you have 15% chance to dispel a negative effect on you each time Power and Command states alternate. Well, what can I say, this gem is really good for both PvE and PvP. And that's all for 2-star gems. Now we can talk about the 5-star gems. I'm assuming you can upgrade these gems to at least rank 3. First, we have Bloodsocket Jade. I'm sure you already heard this gem, but it's that good. At rank 3, increases all damage you deal by up to 13.5% while at full life, with a minimum bonus of 5.25% while at low life, and increases your movement speed by 10%. Plus, you take 2% decreased damage while below 50% life. Well, this is one of the best 5-star legendary gems, but one of my friends didn't use this gem for at least 6-7 months and he didn't have any problems. So I'm not sure about buying this gem as your first 5-star legendary. It's going to be very hard to upgrade it since it's the most expensive legendary gem in the market, and sometimes it's really hard to find this gem. Next we have Bottled Hope. At rank 3, when you use a skill to grant a buff, increases the damage and movement speed of the target by 13.5% for 6 seconds, and decreases the cooldown on all your skills by 1.5%. This gem will most likely trigger with your Wrath of the Berserker and Sprint skills, of course Undying Rage too, making it active every 20 seconds. This is one of my favorite 5-star gems, and I strongly recommend Bottled Hope for Barbarians. Next, we have Seeping Pile. At rank 3, your attacks have 4% chance to poison enemies, inflicting 35% base damage, plus 263 every second for 6 seconds. This poison spreads to nearby enemies if the victim dies, and also decreases movement speed of them by 6%. I think this is one of the must-have gems, but if you are on a budget, it's not a big deal since it's also one of the most expensive legendary gems in the market. Next, we have the new Gloom Cask. At rank 3, your primary attacks unleashes an aspect of Gloom for 6 seconds, during which time your primary attacks will trigger Gloom Blades that deal 36% base damage plus 275 damage. Enemies hit by Gloom Blades take 6% increased damage from your primary attacks for 3 seconds. This gem is really good for classes that use their primary attacks as the main source of damage. Barbarians use their primary attacks in both PvP and dungeons, so it's not a bad gem to have as a barbarian, and it also provides a little bit of range damage. And next we have Frozen Heart. Use this gem only if you are aiming for a full 5-star legendary gem build. Otherwise, pick one from 1-star or 2-star gems. If you already have it, you can keep it as it's a really good defensive gem for PvP. At rank 3, when you take a damage, activate a shield for 6 seconds and absorbs damage equal to 150% of your base damage plus 1458. And this shield grants your attacks 15% chance to shield enemies. And lastly, we have Hellfire Fragment. Again, use this gem if you are aiming for a full 5-star legendary gem build. If you already have it, you can keep it as it's a fine offensive gem. Since it's one of the cheapest 5-star gems, it can be upgraded really easily. At rank 3, using a skill conjures 3 Hellfire Blazes around you to seek enemies within 6 yards, exploding on them dealing 54% base damage plus 510 to all nearby enemies. And enemies struck by multiple Hellfire Blazes take 12.5% additional damage from subsequent hits. And with that, I explained all usable gems for Barbarian. Now finally we can move on to the legendary gem builds. Let's start with 1 and 2 star mixed build. For this one I would use Berserker's Eye, Trickshot Gem, Everlasting Torment, and I would use all of the 2-star gems I mentioned before. And when I got the chance, I would replace Trickshot Gem with one of the 5-star gems I mentioned except Frozen Heart and Hellfire Fragment. Now moving on to the 1, 2 and 5-star mixed build. For this one I would use Berserker's Eye, Pain Clasp, Cursed Link, Bloodsoaked Jade, Seeping Pile and Battletop. This would be my ideal low to mid spender build. For the full 5-star build, you can simply use all the 5-star gems that I mentioned earlier. And that's all for this one. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe for more content like this. Also feel free to leave a comment down below and let me know what you think about this guide. See you in the next one.